Hey guys, Jimmy Pokemon here. I got a box cards by mail. This is cards I picked up over the last couple months or so, and I'll show you kind of what's coming through the door. So we'll kind of start off with these No Stage Blastoise. Got these from a friend at Pokemon Worlds. I actually have a different video with all that content. I forgot to include these, so we were sitting there talking. He pulled out a bunch of these, said he's going to grade them, get the low grades. And I was like, I've got a binder page of these going that these would be perfect for, because if you look at them here, like what grades they're going to get, it's kind of hard to tell. It's like they just look like nice binder copies. And so if you're not familiar with the No Stage Blastoise, basically is missing some stuff up here where it would say stage, and it's not there. So No Stage Blastoise. So there you go. Got all of them right there. You can see it on all of them. Kind of cool. So we'll make this the background here. Oh, and he's got the grades at the bottom, so you can see like he thought that'd be a 3 or 4, a 2 or 3. And he had two other ones that were just kind of like just straight beat up, and I was like, all right, I'll get them all but those two. Another pickup we had is this Alakazam off center. It's got a little print dot down here in the bottom, kind of cool. Very, very beautiful card. Let me see if I can fix the light a little bit here. I want to get some really good lighting for these. There we go. That way you guys can see it all in its glory. Beautiful OC, Shadowless, first ed base. Love picking up OC stuff like that. So if you have any Shadowless or first edition base or any WotC first edition or any WotC in general that has a print dot or is off center like this, where one of the borders on the left, right, top, bottom is bigger or smaller than the others, I'm more than happy to pick that up. So feel free to reach out. Did a trade with someone. Basically, it included an off-center Ekans. So you can see the borders top to bottom here. You got a print dot in the bottom left. An Arbok, again, massively off-center here. The error B-drill. Can you tell what the error is? 1, 2. It is the defending error. It's got a little dot after the D. I think this is one of the highest grades of this that exist. I've not seen a PSA 10. My highest grade was a 6 there for a little bit. So I actually, I think I paid him cash, and I think I sent him my 6 maybe, or I'm not sure exactly. We did some sort of trade. Oh no, I sent him a Ho-Oh. I sent him a first edition Neo Revelation Ho-Oh, and like $600, and we did this deal. And then I also got this, which I don't consider this to be extremely valuable. It's pretty massively printed card, but it's all centered to 9OC, and got it for less than $100. It's maybe like 50, 75 in the deal. Not too sure, but it's whatever. We kind of valued it at each, and I thought that was kind of cool to throw in the OC Zard collection. So 3 off-center cards and a pretty rare card. This is actually a high grade for me, so pretty excited to do that. We'll go over to some loose cards here that I picked up. So someone on Instagram was selling a bunch of first ed base. I saw there was a gray stamp there, another gray stamp, and the camera, I kid you not, guys, it makes it like look so much darker, but in person this is like more gray than this. And you look at the black and that, it's like you can just kind of tell gray stamp Poliwag. You can see the black right here, how dark that is and how light that is. And he sold all these. I think it was like $200 for all these first editions. And when I saw the gray stamps and the variety, I think his So the colorless, one of them's a little darker than the other one. So you can see this one's a little bit darker. I thought that was kind of cool too. And they're kind of beat up, but I thought for the price and what I was getting out of it, I was like, that's not too bad. So they're not gradable, they're binder cards, but it's first edition base. Like, it's like this stuff eventually is gonna be harder to find. So I just thought it was a good price. So picked this up, $200. Oh, here we go. Maybe this is what I was talking about. So one's lighter, one's darker, one on the left's a lot darker. So I thought that was kind of cool. I love the darker stuff. If you have it, I'll pick it up. So $200 for all that. That's pretty good, right? We'll throw those here. And then we got some pickups from some friends. This is from Andy, 100 Charizards. Appreciate it, buddy. He actually helped me add I left it on there to give a shout out. He helped me add the corrected Blaine's Charizard, where it has the corrected fire symbol right there. So the mass-produced one, the error one, has a fighting symbol. And oh man, I thought my boss pinged me. And this one has a fire symbol, which is kind of cool. So this one's much more harder. It's much harder to find. So it's kind of cool to see. Then he also included the rainbow Zard from Tops. Not Chrome, but just the regular Tops. So I thought that was kind of cool. But you can see the back, it's kind of beat up, but at the same time, just to find one of these is pretty cool. And I figured I'd throw that in the Zard binder. I've been buying some Medizer here and there. I've slowed down quite a bit since earlier in the year. Picked up a decent bit earlier in the year, but now just kind of very, very selective. I love this card. Mishipeshu. I always forget how to say it, but it's got the eBay, so it's from the eBay box, which is even a more limited release in this. And then it's signed by the artist, so Isaac signed it, which is kind of cool, and I got a really good price for it. I don't remember exactly how much, but it like wasn't that much more than the raw, and it's my first one signed, and this is a card that I'm gonna do a binder page of, and there's very few like MetaZoo cards I'm doing binder pages of, and this I just thought was kind of a cool thing to add. Lamar Jackson, love him. I mean, literally like the only player I collect now from like any sport, and I've had quite a few. I've been burning quite a few, but still love this guy. He's awesome. This has a no name error, so most cards like this will have the name of the player, and this one actually does not have the name. So that was kind of a cool error, and I paid like $2 for this. So that was it's hard to beat an error card for $2. And so we got the Vaporeon here off center, top to bottom, kind of cool. Poliwhirl off center, left to right. It's kind of cool. Inferno's Games. This is, I think, a little card they gave as part of it. Got an off center Machamp, top to bottom. There you go. So I got one of those cards from those guys. You can see a little print dot down here. And then Chansey. What's up, man? I'm pretty sure you gave me the Machamp, if I remember correctly. Pretty mint, so I love the first dead base, any off center. So if you have anything like this, send it to me, I'll pick it up. Appreciate the Chansey Qua. Love the signature, love the Chansey, love the alternating colors, love the hat. You're rocking the signature market way before your time, and or way before everyone else, because you sent me this before all the recent signings, so I appreciate that. And then Rusty very kindly sent me this square cut Machamp, so there's a good chance it's cut by hand. It's really hard to know. It's just the cut is a little off on the top. You can kind of see that. I have a square cut of almost every unlimited base set card, but I do not have one of Machamp. First only one I've ever seen, first only one I have. So is it cut by hand? You know, CGC probably thinks so. I don't know, so I'll probably send it to Beckett or something, because everything I have that's graded is by Beckett, so maybe that's where it needs to go, but who knows. This will be the only Machamp I have if I do. All right, so we're gonna keep it going here, guys. So these next few are more gold border cards, and let me get a card. So you can see this Poliwhirl is kind of like a yellow, and you can see how dark these are. And so these are actually really hard to find. And if you guys have any of them, or if you want to sell them or send them to me, these are things I'm definitely looking for. More than happy to pick those up. And another cool part about this card is the Ponyta. It has like the crosshatch pattern. So if you look, you can see all those little like the pattern right there going all the way across. That actually happens every now and then. It's kind of hard to find because it just blends in. But if you have any that are like that, where you see that pattern, I'll buy it. And the pattern, basically, you can get it all around the card, or you can get it within the card like art itself. So I've seen a few Tanglas where you have some in the card art, you have some on the border, and I've just seen them on Tanglas more often. Maybe it's just easier to see on them. But if you get something like that too, it's kind of cool. I usually will label these. I'll just call it like a crosshatch or a cross, some sort of pattern like that. But you can see how gold the borders are. Love picking these up. I'll pay minimum $50 a card. So if you have them and they're loose commons like this, you get $50. Pretty nice. We have another Officer Alakazam. Pretty sure I got this one from a good buddy of mine, Reggie Gigas. I always say the name so weird. But awesome dude, Reggie Gigagod, I think that's it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. But awesome collector, wonderful dude. He upgraded his, and he was kind enough to sell me this. At the time, I didn't know that I actually was going to buy this on eBay at the same time. So you see the one he sent me is even more off center, which is really, really cool. So definitely appreciate the pickup, buddy. And you know, it's pretty awesome. He told me it's like the first card he's ever sold, and I was like, oh man, I feel pretty blessed, pretty honored, you know, to be a part of that. And he did it because the one he got is actually even crazier than this. So really, really excited about that. So appreciate it, man. It's going to go in my binder. Can't wait to have it. And then we got some more super gold border cards. You see that Charmander, that Ponyta, how crazy gold border they are. I mean, I got these also through Reggie Gigagod. He helped middle these. So there was someone that had these, and he was part of the transaction, helped get them there. So even though you saw these that were a little gold, like that Diglett's kind of gold, that Charmander is crazy gold. It's literally like one of the most gold cards I've ever seen. So if you guys ever have these, seriously, like hit me up. I'm looking for them. Would love to have them. It's kind of like a cool goal because I feel like I see them so few and far between that if you go through your shadowless, your first at base, and you see them, like I would love to pick them up. So I've said that like 100 times now, but you can see how cool they are. They're freaking awesome, man. So anyway, Era Collectors Unite, and let's keep the cool stuff going. So he sent me a freebie here, this Butterfree, kind of cool, you know. Anytime you get freebies, anytime someone's thoughtful enough to use something as special as this, it's not off center. It is like miscut. It's literally like so off center that it's like an extra layer of miscut. You see the card above it. So not only is this not as common as traditional off center cards, it's just miscut, which is you know, it's even rarer to find. So it's a very, very special and very thoughtful bonus. Really appreciate that. I got the Charizard Dragonair. I thought the border was a little darker, a little more gold. And it's hard to compare everything to this Charmander because it's like literally the goldest thing ever. But, you know, if I throw the Diglett on here, you can kind of see it. It is a little darker, and there's some Dragonairs that do look a little darker. But I really would really love to have a gold border Dragonair. So online, if I see some that look close, I'll pick them up. And then they come in, I'm like, ah, man, it's not as gold as I thought. But anyway, just the darker border. And I do think it is darker, but it's not like that, you know, Charmander. So similar situation here. I got the Dragonair because I thought the border was a little darker. Again, that pop is amazing. That light white background. It's just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And one of my favorite cards from Shadowless. I mean, probably like a top 3 or 4 card for me. And last but not least, got the off-center Electrode, PSA 90C. And I'm pretty sure that Vaporeon was also part of this deal. So kind of cool. Really appreciate that. Anytime you get a graded 90C WotC, it's pretty special because PSA basically said, hey, we're going to stop doing this. We're going to stop giving these out. We're going to stop making it a part of our standard, you know, policies and procedures, which makes it even harder to get these. So, yeah, pretty special to have these. And so that's all that I have for today. If you kind of get an idea of what I'm picking up, really rare, weird, unique, rare, special, you know, cards. I'm still collecting the sets. I'm still trying to build out some commons and uncommons from some of the WotC sets. Most of those I don't have delivered here. I have a service that sort of collects them for me. But the kind of the cool, random, unique stuff I'll have sent here. And then usually I put it in a binder, then I'll put it in a safety deposit box or something, so it's all safe. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad I got to share some of these cool pickups with you guys. And isn't this like the coolest thing ever, man? Isn't that like the coolest thing ever? That's a special card, man. So see you next time, guys. Take care.